In No Man's Sky, we have our Exocraft for traveling around the surface of the planets and moons. Most of them, though, are a bit limited when it comes to space for inventory and upgrades. But not today's Exocraft. In this video, let's look at the lumbering behemoth that is the Colossus. So yeah, the Colossus, as its name suggests, is the largest Exocraft in No Man's Sky right now. It comes with a whopping 42 inventory slots for either resources or a substantial number of upgrades. Of course, with a larger size comes a loss of speed. The Colossus isn't the fastest Exocraft by any stretch of imagination. But with 42 inventory slots, you have plenty of room for upgrades to make it quite the capable vehicle. First, you have to build it though. To get the Colossus, it takes the same approach as with the rest of the Exocraft. You unlock the Colossus Geobay in the Construction Research Terminal on the Anomaly for the standard cost of 10 salvage data. I kind of feel like this one maybe should cost more though. You can also unlock the Colossus as part of a mission series obtained from the Exocraft tech you assign to your Exocraft terminal in a base, but this is definitely not as fast as just buying the unlock. Seriously, why even have the mission option? It takes like 10 minutes to find 10 salvage data. Once you have the Geobay, just pop on down to a planet and build it. You don't need a base anywhere for this, you just need the supplies for building it. As with other Exocraft, head to the red-orange terminal to give your Colossus a custom paint job so you can roll in style. After you have your custom paint job done, break down the Geobay and take the supplies with you. Now the fun begins, or it will once you get there. If your friends are driving some of the other Exocraft, just tell them you'll be there in a few. Okay, it's not really that bad in terms of speed, except in water. It's really slow in water. But you will want to throw some upgrades on it to help it get a bit more pep in its step. For that, first check back in the Anomaly with the Exocraft Upgrades merchant for the standard buildable upgrades. The other upgrades you will buy from the Exocraft merchants on space stations or your own Exocraft tech once you finish the long drawn-out mission series. Again, the fastest route is to just buy them from the space station merchants. Just remember to buy the generic Exocraft upgrades and not those for the Minotaur, Nautilon, or Humboldt. With so much cargo space, it would not make sense for the Colossus to not collect supplies, so it actually comes with the mining laser included. You can also add in the Exocraft cannon to give yourself a way to attack and defend, but with upgrades, the mining laser is quite sufficient for this in my opinion. I don't recommend trying to take on a Sentinel Walker with it though. Even with upgrades, the Colossus still isn't that maneuverable. The Colossus is more of the cargo transport for scooping up and carrying lots of supplies. But being the biggest can be a burden, and with the Colossus, the size can make targeting items for harvesting with the mining laser a bit more trouble. You cannot target at too low of an angle due to the position of the laser and vehicle size. Because of the turning rate of the Colossus, maneuvering to get a good aim is more troublesome than with other Exocraft. However, the Colossus does have great range when using the mining laser, so that helps with finding a good spot to park and harvest. Like other Exocraft, excluding the Minotaur, the Colossus does require 4 upgrade modules in order to have full environmental protection. While there is enough space for this in the Colossus, I still do not bother with them on the Exocraft and just use these suit modules. But if you want to use them, then go ahead. I prefer to go for a good set of upgrades for engine, boost, and mining without worrying about the environmental effects. This leaves me a good amount of space still for cargo, so it accommodates long harvesting runs. If we needed a mobile base type land vehicle in this game, the Colossus would be the closest to that idea. It gives more than enough storage and upgrade space, allowing for plenty of customization with upgrades and long harvesting runs. But maybe you don't want it for harvesting supplies. You might prefer a faster, sleeker Exocraft for that. Maybe you just want the large storage space for supplies. You can always load up the Colossus with tons of supplies for building bases and just summon it down as a base building cargo container. So that's the Colossus, the big boy, the Goliath, Exocraftus Titanicus. It's the Exocraft that dwarfs all the other Exocraft in size and storage capacity. Drive it out on a big harvesting run, or just park it next to a construction site to hold supplies as you build. If the Colossus included its own refinery on board, or you could install one, I think it would see a lot more use versus other Exocraft. So what do you think of the Colossus? Is it the behemoth of land vehicles you wanted, or is it just another one to say you unlocked it? Do you prefer to deck it out with every upgrade imaginable, or do you prefer as much cargo space as possible? Leave a comment below and share how you use the Colossus. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out my other No Man's Sky guide videos and subscribe so you don't miss out in the future.